All right, I'm hoping to get some more beans planted today, but I don't know. It's gonna rain tomorrow, actually overnight. Should I plant before that or not? Well, I don't know. Gotta do something. And I'm gonna get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, Ross the Oliver Man. 9650 has been having an appetite for belts lately. And it's the fault of the air conditioner. The air conditioner burned off that belt, and then it got caught between the other belt, which inevitably made it fail. So we get to do this again. We got to take the blower belt loose. We don't have to take it out this time. And then feed our other belts around. And hopefully I got the right ones, because the auto parts stores don't seem to want to play correct size belt game. I will say that the Napa store has a lot better selection than the O parts store. So they keep all the belts on hand at my Napa, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see if we can make this go somehow. So step one is going to be tension off of the blower belt, which I wish they had put that in the back and put everything else. Yeah. And I don't know that I have this set in the best way to work. I thought that it was, but I don't know that it really is. I guess it is. I can get there. Can I get there from here? Maybe, if my stuff stays put. There we go. What you're gonna want to do is throw all your tools to the ground. Most people probably would not put another AC belt on, but I'm going to, because, you know, I'm going to try to go as long as I can till I can't stand it anymore, and then put it up, turn on the AC. It doesn't always destroy the alternator belt. That was just kind of a fluke this time. Why am I struggling here? I should be able to get that off. Oh, jeez. I am struggling. There shouldn't be any struggle here. There we go. You just got to know how to do it. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Is that the groove? Hope so. I'd like to get you a view of what's happening, but a lot of pieces on this Deutsch engine are aluminum, so I can't stick you to them. Let's hope this will go on there. I was a little bit limited in my selection of what I could get. So I hope that I can make that go. Come on. Oh, dum-dum. It would help if you were in the groove correctly. Alright. Alright. We dropped our wrench and we got it stuck in the frame, but that's okay. Red need pliers. Come on, help us out. Can we get in there? Some way. All right. Well, that's on there now. So that's the main one we need. This is a sacrificial belt. Sorry, buddy. But, you know, you're going away. Yeah. Oh, and this is the one that I don't remember. Oh, jeez. How difficult was this one? Much difficult. What? Don't want. The phone just rang 3 times in a row within, I mean, instantly. As soon as I'd hang up, the next one would ring. That's a little bit ridiculous. Telemarketer, scammer, terrorists. I don't want your stuff. There it goes again. It's a little bit uncalled for. There, 5 times. It better not ring again, because Ross isn't going to be a nice guy to whoever's on the other end of the line. The local bank people found that out. I really should send that lady some flowers. That was kind of mean, but I've only got so much in me, friends, before I just can't take it anymore. Okay. Maybe I should leave this more loose so that if it starts burning it off, it doesn't do the thing. Also, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm sure that's great. And the old Deutz is pretty stout. I don't think there's going to be any turning it over by hand. There. I got an idea before we go and just live our happy life. And that idea is, I'm going to try to let... No, I can't legally say that. I got an idea which is classified and you aren't going to know about. But through the magic of innovation, I might have a solution to reduce the pressure in the system by ways of external conveyance. Oh, that will go on there if I could just get it to jump. If I could just get it to... Wonder which way this thing turns if I bump the starter. If I could get it to... I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's either going to work or it's not. Hey, I think it worked. Good old Deutz being backwards of everything. Normal. Yeah. Boys, I think we're just going to leave it right like that. Because we know it's going to roast off of there, probably, more or less. I bet you, though, I just knutsened myself in another way. I did knutsen myself. So, what's gonna have to happen, I should have done, dang it! How come life does me this way? I don't think I can physically get the blower belt back between here now, because it's so much down. Oh. Yeah, I made a mess of life. I was so proud of myself for the solutions to which four I came up with. Alright, I don't like rolling belts because they seem to remember that. Alright, we're gonna put the left one in, take the left one in. Put the blower belt in and we shake it all about. I gotta get that in there or it's not going to work. That's what it's all about. Actually, I could put the blower belt on now because that won't affect me with what I'm doing next. Do you like this simple procedure? It's so simple. All you gotta do is move everything back and forth 15 different ways. I don't even know how I did that a minute ago, to be honest. There. Because it was almost. See if we can do it again. We did it before and we can do it again. Nope, we can't do it again. We thought we could. It's so close. Oh, come on. Let's try again. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Don't start up. Oh, it worked though. It worked though. That's on there, that's on there, that's on there. Just took a little ingenuity of the redneck variety. There. Well, for now it's tight. Like I said, I might do a magical trick and see if I can't relieve some of the hardship upon this system, and then perhapsing it won't do that so much to me anymore until I get a chance to tear that all apart and spend $1,000 for no reason. But I wouldn't normally care, but today it's getting pretty hot, and that cab with the glass is like an oven, and if you open the windows then it gets super dirty in there, and I really want to keep this nice, you know? That's the forever struggle, the eternal struggle that we're always in. All right, what else do we need to do? Well, we need to get the fuel up where we can get to it and fill this with fuel again, and then we should be good to go. So there's a little bit of homework, but we can make it happen. Well, we're sailing along out here. We did have our first casualty, and I didn't film it, I guess. I forgot about the camera being in here, but I lost one of the rolling baskets off of that section that I messed with, and I still have the back one on there, so you know there's two of them, and now there's only one. And I think it bent the frame of the rolling baskets on its way out, so we'll have to sort all that out. We were going to work on it anyway. I've been trying to look up parts to see if I could get like that whole new arm assembly, because the one that's on there is pretty cobbled up and welded from years of stuff happening. And since it's not spaced right anyway, I think we can make her work, but it's just going to cost us some dollar signs. But look on the bright side, I think I just won another tractor on auction time. So if that's true, we'll go get that one day and see what we can will it run on that thing. So time will tell. It's one of those deals where nothing can ever go 100% your way. If something good happens, then you better believe something bad is about to happen. And right about the time I won the bid on the tractor, my rolling basket left the chat. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep dragging this thing until there's nothing left. So that's just the way it is. I don't have the drone here, so that's fine though. You've seen enough of this drone footage, but I'm trying to remember to, I'm being sparing with my air conditioner too. I got everything hooked up, and so I turn it on so that the compressor runs for a little bit, and then I shut it off for a good while and just let the blower run the whole time, see, and then it's like you would in your car. If you intermittent, it will do that anyway, but if I do it this way, I have more control over it. So whenever I feel like it's getting sticky in here, I just turn it on for a little bit and then cool it down and go. So I don't know. All right, I believe that's good enough to plant, so I guess that's what I will go do. I am curious to see if the clutch on this is slipping any, and it is not. It's working good. And anywho, what I did find out, and maybe I actually fixed it instead of just, you know, I've been babying it today because I didn't want it to quit and tear out the other belt again. But I put a gauge on it, and I felt like it had too much stuff in it. So I very environmentally friendly and scientifically removed some, and then it wouldn't run the compressor. So then I put some more Freon in, only to discover that somewhere in the process I had pulled the wire out of the clutch. So I stopped, I plugged the wire back in, started it up, it ran, obviously. So I have no idea how much is in there. I put the gauge back on, and the gauge showed it to be in the acceptable range now of what it should be. So it was way, way, way more than that. And so what I'm wondering is that very well could be the cause of my issue, because it had when it did expand, it had nowhere to go finally because it was so much. So it's amazing that we didn't blow up something. And I guess the belt was the weak link, and that's how she rolls, but sure. Unfortunately though, my little rolling basket had to take a dump. That's probably not good how I've been running it, but it's been plowing in the dirt there. But I wanted to get done today. We can fix it later, you know, as in we're not going to get this one done before it rains. So I think I need to order those, because those are a special if I've looked up right. Maybe I'm wrong. It looks like they're a metal flange, but I thought that on the internet it looked like they might be a like a special thing that came with a cast piece. And maybe that's an updated style or something. But it almost looks like it's got a stop collar on the backside and something on the outside. Well, they don't all have that though. So I don't really know, but I'm about to find out, you know. See, there's one that's got a thing on the outside and it's got that thick cast flange. And there's one that's just got a metal flange. So it's looking like there's choices, friends. That's a good thing, because I don't know what we're gonna find. I'm trying to decide where I want to walk through here to get to my tractor. I'll use that as my chariot to go back home and get the 1855 and planter. My sister used the little tractor Dad bought and moved all the bales off of here and put them away, so they're on top of it, I guess. I suppose I will come back after the rain sometime and cut that half. I think that little tractor would probably run it, but why work it to death, you know? That mower might be the very reason why they burned out the PTO on the other one. So, because I have a feeling that if you weren't paying attention and you got into something thick and it was slowing the mower down, you maybe wouldn't realize it and you just keep going forward. I don't know. I don't know that that's the case, but sure. I think he's got this all unhooked, so all I gotta do is just hop on and go. Oil pressure, wake up. That's good. The 310s, they always said don't let go lower than 20 psi at an idle, but I like them to be above 40 if possible. The 1855 is around 50, and then you rev it up when you start, it gets more, and then I don't know, it always runs about 50 some. This one's a little lower, but it's probably more tired. I think the baler just fell off the jack, but that's okay. Try not to die. Made it. Sometime when we're not doing nothing, we got to change hydraulic filters on this, try to stop that from leaking. It's leaking because I probably tightened it too tight, and that is a very real thing that can happen. Because I thought I put a new O-ring on top last time, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I need to do that. Also, I love this tractor. I don't know why, but I do. And one thing, when I had him rebuild the injection pump, I don't know what he did, but this one is so snappy. When you shove the throttle forward, it goes. And if you step on the brakes, the governor kicks in and immediately responds. And that one is not that way. So I don't know if maybe he put the solid weight retainer in that 1755, because this one I know for a fact still has the ring type with the ring that disintegrates. But I think that I've turned this one up a little bit, and it's still not, it's just not snappy like it is, you know? I don't know why, but it's still a good horse. I mean, I think if this injection pump up the other one was on this one, I think it would be a wild horse, and it would be something. So next time this needs a governor ring, I think I'm gonna have to have him put the solid style in there. Also, I have to, because I think the last time we did this, it was starting to get pretty wore, and if those little pins get wore too much, sad things can happen. So yeah. All right, I need to pick up my mess. A while ago I got tired of the crap in the cab, so I just threw it right out the door, and I thought if I pile it all up together, then I'll stop and pick it up, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to do that too here in a minute. I might go get a trash bag. That would make that easier. And also get a drink, and then start putting seeds in here. I want these jam-packed, as full as I can get, so I can plant for as long as possible before having to put more in, because the seed is over here and I'll have to stop and come back and get it, and that's just eating up time, but whatever. I'm a one-trick pony right now, so I got to be able to do whatever I can on my own. If somebody's available for shuttling, that's fine too. I guess I could bring the 9650 back. It seems kind of silly to run it back and forth though, if we're not done using it over there. But there's still a little in each one. That's good. All right. Yeah. So nothing left to do other than just start forking bags. My favoriteest part, you know. But this is a nice rig, so I'm not going to complain. I'm very seriously considering some type of seed tender for soybeans, because I'm getting tired of forking bags. If I had a hose here off of the thing, I could just move it here and hopefully shut it off long enough to move it over. I don't know. That is one downfall of the splitter planter. These front units. Looks full, right? It's deceiving. You can get a little more in there, is what I'm saying. Well, there we go. My trash bag. All right, we're gonna go make more bad decisions. We're just gonna plant that, even if that's the wrong thing to do, because I mean, it's June, it's time to go. So all I can do is screw it all up and have to do it all over. And if that's the worst that could happen, why? Are we really afraid of anything? No. Now we're ready to go. And again, I don't typically like to go down the road with a loaded planter, but we're to the point of we got to make some progress. Traffic leaving work. That's gonna be fun. I keep thinking I see mean, and then I keep thinking that's just an optical illusion. We'll have to go out there and really check. Oh, that's not road gear, no wonder. I thought something was off. Done. Hopefully it doesn't pound rain down here, but I don't know. I'm just running out of options of when to get it done. I mean, put it off and then it's going to rain anyway, and if you wait too long, it's not going to be worth anything. So I don't know. Sit and idle for 3 minutes to protect the turbocharger. Even after all day, it idles at 20 psi. That's what we want. It would probably idle higher if I changed the oil, but haven't done that this year. About every other year is the schedule, because it doesn't get a ton of hours. That's what happens when you've got, you know, 40 tractors. No one of them gets a ton of hours each year. All right, that should be good. Sleep. Well, we got something accomplished. Whether it was the right thing to do or not, time will tell. But there's some more in the ground. And I think once again I got it about right. I don't want to have a whole bunch left over in the box, you know. The worst field to plant is the last one, because you don't want to open more than what you need. And yeah, it's just it's a guessing game. And then a lot of times the last little bit I'll have to go real slow, and you know, if there's one unit that's got more in than another, I'll scoop some out and put it in the low one, and then stuff a rag in there or whatever, or something to hold down so it doesn't blow the seed around. I mean, things, friends, things. But yeah, we're gonna call this one here because we accomplished something, and that's a good place to be. I think I'm going to take his pickup back to him and bring the 9650 home, because now we have to work on that rolling basket. So we can do that during the rain time and figure out what we can do. So we're gonna leave this one here.